Okay, wait. So I need you. I don't care. Okay. 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 I really hope I don't bump into bad drivers. Oh. Which I will, I'm sure.
Hello, beautiful.
Okay.
I'm Amy Eric, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. I started Madison Reed to give you the most gorgeous hair color made with ingredients you can feel good about. Are you tired of drugstore hair color? You deserve better. Spring is here and the forecast calls for your best hair color ever. Upgrade to salon quality hair color that nourishes and improves the condition of your hair without any harsh odors. It's easily done at home and we deliver it to your door. Plus, our hair color matching technology makes picking the right color easy, fast, and accurate. For a limited time, new clients get 15% off plus free shipping on your first online order. Visit madison-reed.com/promo. Take our online color quiz to find your perfect shade. That's madison-reed.com/promo. Try it. Love it.
Chew on this. Biz Bites with Jennifer Jones-Lee. Weekday mornings 5 to 6 on Wake Up Call on KFI.
Oh, you're good for me. I don't need nobody. Don't need no one. That's all good for me. You're good for me. I don't need nobody. Don't need.
KFI AM at 640. It is the Conway Show. Well, they're calling this WGA strike, the Writers Guild of America. They're calling it the Netflix strike. The Netflix strike. Because Netflix really changed the way Hollywood operates. You know, it used to produce a television show. Like, let's take Friends, for instance, right? You produce Friends with all the friends. And then once the show was done on NBC, the people who owned that show could take it out and syndicate it. And, you know, put it on cable, put it on some other broadcast stations, like 2, 4, 7, 9, 11. And they would make a lot of money off that, and they would give you a piece of that money if you were a writer. Well, now, with Netflix, they cut out the syndicator, where now you produce a show for Netflix, and it just lives forever on Netflix. And so Netflix doesn't have to pay the writers any of the syndication money. And that was a lot of dough, a lot of money. And so the real problem are the streamers. That's where the problem that the writers have it's twofold. One is, well, there's a lot of problems they have, but the two major ones are the streamers, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Peacock, the whole run. That's one of them. And then another one is AI, the artificial intelligence. They want a computer to write the 22 scripts for a show, and then just have a guy come in and punch it up and correct those scripts. And they can save by reducing the writer's room. Instead of hiring 12 people, 12 writers, who are all going to make a living and can afford a home and put their kids through school and pay their bills. Now it's going to be reduced to 1, maybe 2 or 3 writers having to fix the scripts that were put out by artificial intelligence. So it's a really, really big deal. And it's not just Hollywood. It's fighting against AI in almost every business. Almost everybody can be replaced eventually by AI. Almost everybody. So that's why the 11,500 members of the Writers Guild are out there striking. A lot of it is based on how Netflix, sort of started that new business plan. And look, it worked for a long, long time. A lot of writers who normally would not be working were selling shows to Netflix. Everybody wanted to work for Netflix in Hollywood. Everybody. And they were throwing money at every single writer and showrunner. They wanted everybody under their umbrella over at Netflix. But what the writers didn't realize is, yeah, sure, they made some money on a project that maybe wouldn't have gotten done in another traditional network, but the syndication wasn't going to be there. And so once that show was done, that's a wrap on your checks. So it's a big deal. It's a huge deal, and I think this strike is going to get very vicious. You know, Netflix helped change the way people watch TV and movies by, you know, they gave consumers what they wanted. On-demand viewing instead of having to wait till the, you know, latest episode came out. And that's a problem. The company tried to grab everybody, and they came up with some pretty good shows. Squid Game, is it Bridgertown? Have you seen that, Crozier? Bridgertown? Bridgerton, is that any good?
It's a soap opera
okay.
type, you know, a period piece in the 1700s, 1800s.
Well, just Netflix alone was spending $17 billion a year on programming. $17 billion a year, becoming one of Hollywood's most important employers. So the downside for many of the writers, though, as it changed the way that, you know, they were compensated and the shows were made, in many ways, they argue that their livelihoods are now threatened by that business plan. And even though Netflix, you know, didn't necessarily cause the writers' problem, the company helped make certain practices commonplace. And so that's where the big problem is. And you get the CEO of Netflix says, you know, we respect the writers and we respect the WGA and we couldn't be here without them and we don't want to strike. But yet they turn around and they don't budge at all.
So we're talking about like some of these shows like Bridgerton. Part of the issue is the formula that they're using more and more is Bridgerton itself is Shonda Rhimes, who they gave this gigantic, richest deal in history as a creator. So she's writing those stories. So they're giving all these monies to the haves. And at the same time, as far as the quantity of Netflix, a lot of that has to do with all of their access to international production that they don't have to pay any writers. So that's where a lot of the content's coming from, international production. Watching it like this.
Big Netflix can survive almost 3 years with original.
Okay. Not good.
United States. Well, now you can shoot those shows anywhere, you know, with computers and local actresses and actors and writers, and then and a perfect example of that was Squid Game. You know, it became a huge hit, and so Netflix is like, wow, why do we have to pay all these people the union money here?
That's the example of the international program they have.
And they're trying to break the union, and man, is that going to get nasty if that happens. If they start hiring, you know, writers and people across that picket line, that's when you're going to get legs, arms broken, and fights, and it's going to get nutty. But one of the ways that Netflix actually disrupted Hollywood is that they made it common practice to greenlight a series based on a script rather than a pilot episode. And so Netflix wasn't the first to do it. You know, AMC Networks based their whole, you know, pickup decision on scripts, not pilots. Say 2015, and so the whole business plan has changed. The business model has changed, and the writers are just trying to catch up to it. And so this strike is going to get nasty. It's going to get bad. And you know, right now the writers are bringing their kids to the picket line, and you know, people driving by and everybody's honking, everybody's supporting them. But man, oh man, I feel bad for these writers. A lot of them are going to run out of money. They're going to have to, you know, either move back to wherever they came from, move into a smaller home or a smaller, you know, apartment or whatever. And these big, huge studios are going to try to break that union. I have a funny feeling that's going to happen.
Sure, the last time they had the strike was, what, 16 years ago or 17 years ago?
They had a 100-day strike.
You think that with a strike that lasted that long ago, that as soon as that deal was signed 16, 17 years ago, those studios weren't doing exactly what allows them to last out a strike now?
100%.
The second they signed that last contract, they were ready for this.
100%. And they knew 15, 16 years ago they could try to break this union, you know, 15, 16 years later.
And that's what they
And that's, you know, if as much as they'll deny it, that's their goal. Try to break the union, start over. And these writers are not going to allow that to happen. But who's going to jump in and help the riders? Are the grips, the lighting guys, where are the other unions? And when will they start to participate in this strike? Who knows? But it's going to get nasty. It's Conway Show. We're live on KFI AM 640. More now Crozier, KFI's 24-hour news.
Senator Dianne Feinstein from California is returning to the Senate in D.C. after a roughly 3-month absence due to health problems, including shingles. She's the oldest senator and will retire at the end of her term in 2025. The White House says if Congress doesn't raise the debt ceiling by June, the U.S. could default on its debt in June, causing a recession and the loss of up to 8 million jobs. Football umpires have made their way up to AAA baseball games, one step before the majors, just like the players themselves. The robo-umps help eliminate human umpire errors and prevent bad calls, strikes, and calls that change the game. Take a look at the freeways. Coming up.
Are you feeling stretched thin by the pressures of growing your business, retaining top talent, and staying compliant in changing times? Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put over 35 years of HR experience to work, offering your employees competitive benefit options while providing HR support you need to let you and your business thrive. So with Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Scalable HR employee benefits? You bet. HR technology? Absolutely. Insperity. HR that makes it. Insperity.com. Insperity. Insperity.com.
Gonna rain maybe tonight, lows around 50 degrees. Clear tomorrow with kind of the same temperatures as today. Then a little bit colder and hotter and clear for the weekend. This report brought to you by calhelp.org for free mental health help today. Let's head out to Locker Center.
This is a crash on the 210 westbound at La Crescenta Avenue where the 3 right lanes are blocked off. They even have the Ocean View on-ramp blocked off. Big delays backing up out of Pasadena from Windsor Avenue. Let's check out Whittier with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
Double seat up to 605 northbound, just about Whittier Boulevard before Rose Hill. Looks like an accident actually involving a C8.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Officer, somebody getting sideswiped up there. They've got some explaining to do. It is bumper to bumper now back to the 105, the south 605, and adds to the misery there from the 60 down through the 5. South 5 on the brake stop from East LA interchange down through Downey. Beyond that, not so bad into Orange County. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
Mid-City police activity 10 westbound at Arlington. 2 right lanes remain blocked off. Delays out of downtown Los Angeles. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
What? Hello, beautiful. I'm Amy Erin, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. I started Madison Reed to give you the most gorgeous hair color made with ingredients you can feel good about. Are you tired of drugstore hair color? You deserve better. Spring is here and the forecast calls for the best hair color ever. Upgrade to salon quality hair color that nourishes and improves the condition of your hair without any harsh odors. It's easily done at home and we deliver it to your door. Plus, our hair color matching technology makes picking the right color easy, fast, and accurate. For a limited time, new clients get 15% off plus free shipping on your first online order. Visit madison-reed.com/order. Take our online color quiz to find your perfect shade. That's madison-reed.com/order. Try it. That's the beauty of Madison Reed.
Binge listen this and all your artist stations, plus any song from our library of millions of songs, all ad-free. Get your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access. You'll love it. Don't be basic, be extra. Start your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access now.
It's the Marketers Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Metro, brings in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One is really working to create amazing access points for our customers. We'll do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Now at T-Mobile, new and existing customers can get our best deals like the amazing iPhone 14 on us.
I love being with T-Mobile. They upgraded me to a new iPhone 14 with its advanced camera.
Wow, it's a great photo. I can really see that you wore my shirt I said you couldn't borrow.
Oops.
The iPhone 14 2014 on us with eligible trade-in on our new Go 5G Plus plan. Only at T-Mobile.
DirecTV carries the most local MLB games. Go ahead, call your current TV provider and ask how much baseball they carry. My guess is somewhere between, I don't know, thank you for holding. Makes you wonder, if they really love this country's national pastime, why wouldn't they carry more baseball?
Call 1-800-DIRECTV to guarantee your price for 2 years. RSNs required to get local MLB games. Not available in all areas or packages. Comparison based on offerings of national RSNs for its cable, dish, and most streaming providers.
Hear that? That's the sound of a woman enjoying a peaceful moment. Because even though her family forgot it's Mother's Day, they used Instacart for last-minute gifts from Sephora, The Body Shop, and fresh flowers from... Oh, where's my shoe? I'm working here! With Instacart, you can skip shipping and get mom's gifts delivered in as fast as an hour. Visit instacart.com to get free delivery on your first 3 orders. Offer valid for a limited time. $10 minimum per order. Additional terms apply.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
May 2018. A desperate call for help.
They're saying that they want to kill me. They're saying that they want me as their guarantee.
Joshua Holt, an American citizen, and his wife Tammy found themselves trapped inside a Venezuelan prison cell in the middle of a violent uprising, spurred on by horrendous conditions and practices. How did 2 people go from just married to justice denied?
He says, okay, do you have guns here in Venezuela? And I said, no, I don't have guns here in Venezuela.
The police take Josh. They asked me, you want to be with your husband? Yes. A Utah family says their son is sitting in a Venezuelan jail after they say he was framed for being a U.S. spy. I'm Becky Bruce, the host of Hope in Darkness. I've spent the last year working with Josh and Tammy to tell their story. How they awoke in the early morning hours, just days after their honeymoon, to a raid from armed men. How they would go nearly 2 years, rarely seeing the sun. How they endured and eventually overcame. You'll meet all the people who worked so hard over those 2 years to make that happen.
The best litigators in America, a guy named David Boyce.
Who was Mr. Roberti? Okay. You know, as a Venezuelan, your alarms goes off. You know, you recognize the name.
Subscribe to Hope in Darkness today.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
These 2 tortured little Anthony and ended up killing him. And the Department of Social Services knew what was happening and returned him anyway. None of those people were punished, and none of them have lost their jobs. They'll handle social works. Put this kid back into that hole.
Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI.
And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
The way that you are.
Yes, KFI AM 640 Conway Show. If you're a frequent listener to this show, you'll know at 4:53, 4:54 every day we do a whip around. Let's hit the music. Let's roll. Think along with this whip around. All right, here it is. Steph Boosh, let's start with you. And tell us if you know the answer. All right? How many kids does Robert De Niro have? How many kids does Robert De Niro have? 4? 4. Okay, that's wrong. Angel Martinez.
I don't know the answer, but I'm going to guess 0.
That's a good guess. 0. That's my guess, by the way. That was my guess. And it was, what? Crozier. You know how many kids Robert De Niro has? You do know. Okay. Let's open an X there. Kayla, do you know how many kids Robert De Niro has?
Based off how he looks, I'm going to say about 25.
25. Okay.
Watch out. Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Okay. Okay. What about Vallejo? Is she around?
I'm here.
Vallejo, how many kids? You know the answer?
No.
Okay, how many kids do you think he has?